Man, that was a doozy. It's been a while since I had to chase something. At least it's done and over with. Now, let's get back to this. Oh, hi. What are you doing here? Oh, this? It's a machinima I've been working on. Do you want to see it? Okay. Here, have a look. That's bloodstone. Oh no, you don't! Yeah! Blasted beast! I will not let you defeat me. Take this! Well, what do you think? Aw, thanks. I've been working on it for a few months now. I can't wait to show it to all of my friends. You wanna know how I made it? I've never had someone ask me that before. And I'm hardly an expert at it. But I guess I could teach you. I will gladly offer my guidance when it comes to making machinimas. Before we can get to work, we have to understand our subject matter. What exactly is a machinima? Well, it's a story-centric video created using video game footage. I believe it got its name from an Earthrealm group with the same name. This group popularized the medium, and it became a staple of the NetRealm in the 2000s and 2010s. Some of the most common games used for machinimas are Halo and Super Smash Bros. Huh, how convenient. That's where we are right now. How do we get the footage? We'll get there, young squire. Don't worry. Our first objective is to plan out our video. Get ideas for it, and write them down for later use. This is crucial for any project, not just machinima. Because if you don't, you'll wind up with a confusing mess. You can get ideas from pretty much anywhere, from ancient tales to modern masterpieces. Find something you like, be it a book, a game, or an anime, that can influence your story. I'd be careful taking notes from anime though. That's happened a lot. But as long as it fits your story, then use it. If there's a certain moment you want to riff on, then do it. As long as you're not copying anyone directly, then go for it. I'm not gonna stop you. It's okay. I know how hard it is to find good ideas. It can be overwhelming, especially if it's your first time. So I recommend you start small. Take only a few ideas and make a base for your project. You can add to it later, but starting simply can help ease you into the process. Feel a little better now? Good. Let's continue. Once you have your base set, you can use it as a guide for any scripts you write. Scripts are also essential for making machinimas. How do you think all the movies and shows you watch got made? That is correct! Scripts are a blueprint for the stories told through these forms of media. That same blueprint can be used for machinimas as well. Write carefully about every detail in your story. Pay attention to your characters and their progression. Regardless of whether they're a hero or villain, you want your characters to be fully fleshed out. World building is just as essential to write, as key elements can provide context for the world and its cast. So why not show us your world through their perspectives? How they go about their lives, what they find, and how they deal with their issues. A classic case of show, don't tell. Yes, grammar. The most important part of writing a script. If any word is spelled incorrectly, fictional or not, then that's a problem. So, heed my words. You must correct any spelling errors you encounter. I also recommend proofreading your script. Do this as often as you are able before sharing it with others, because the last thing you want is for a voice actor to point out your mistakes. That's a really good segue, actually. Alright then. If you want voice actors for your machinima, then I suggest making a casting call. That way, you can reach out to a bunch of people. You can ask around on Discord too if you like. For either route, however, you'll need to explain what direction you want for your character. Make sure this direction fits them to a T. And don't include the phrase, "say something you think will fit." That just means you haven't fleshed them out enough. I also recommend not picking your choices right away. See what other options you have before your casting call ends. There is another way you can express dialogue in machinima, and that's through text. I recommend having text on screen for around 5 to 8 seconds. This could change depending on the length of the line, but people have to be able to read it, you know? Unlike what I did for Smash Connects. What was I thinking back then? Yeah, I'll be alright. Thank you. Now, where was I? You want your audience to pay attention to the story, so have the text down long enough for everyone to read. I would also pay attention to the grammar, as like with scripts, people will point out spelling errors in your work. What is it? Yes, actually. We've written everything down and made a script. Now we can start filming scenes for our machinima. Thank you for reminding me, and for being so patient. Anyway, I'll use Smash Ultimate as our example, seeing as we're in Ultimate right now. What we'll need to do first is enter a match. Stock battles are your best option, since it'll be easy to end once we're done filming. Select the stage and characters that best fit your scene, and select how many characters you'll need. I wouldn't recommend it. CPUs are better at fighting than acting. You do much better with at least 2 controllers, though this number is dependent on how many characters are present, so keep that in mind. When everything's all set, you can start the match. While on stage, you can position your characters in a way that fits the scene you're working on. Then, you can use attacks, dodges, and taunts to express their feelings. Each Smasher has their own personality and animations, so feel free to experiment and see what you can get. As for fight scenes, those are trickier to work on. You have to make them look as if 2 or more people are fighting, but that's a pretty tall order for anyone with 2 hands. So don't worry about nailing it and any scene first try. Take as many takes as you can to ensure you get the right one. As a knight once told me, practice makes perfect. And if you need help, you can ask around on Discord or something. Once you got every part down, you can end the match there. Well, I suggest saving the match as a replay. This way you don't lose it. Go into replays from the vault menu and select the one you want to use. Then this is where things get interesting. There are two methods of recording footage for Ultimate. One is to use a capture card. These you can connect to your devices and have them record footage directly. There are some cheap ones online that you can find. But if you don't want one, then there is another option. Use Ultimate's in-game video converter. Have the replay converted, and it'll go towards the Switch's microSD card. If you have an adapter for it, you can stick the card into that and connect it to your computer. I'll show you the folder route it's in. We can put them in a video editor. Not necessarily the one in-game, but one that works on your computer or phone. Use whatever editor you're most comfortable with. But it's important that we put every scene together to create a cohesive video. Take the replays you recorded, cut them down, and fit them wherever they go in the scene. You can adjust them as you go along, but make sure the cuts make sense. You can also add any voice acting you've done, as well as music and effects. Remember, pick what you think is best for the scene, and be sure to time them right, unless you like throwing explosions at random. Ah! What? Bonsai? I was in the middle of narrating! Sorry about that. Take your time when it comes to editing your machinima. If you're starting small, then you'll have less time to work on it. And if you don't have a lot of time, don't fret. Just save your progress and come back to it when you do. Once you get your footage, sounds, and visual effects down, you can finally render your machinima masterpiece. Let me show you some of mine while we're here. Your first machinima should be one that you're happy with. It's a canvas for one's creativity, and a thread that ties ideas together. It might seem like a lot of work to make one, but with my guidance and some practice, I'm sure you'll get it down. Maybe one day, you'll make machinimas like these. Of course. Glad I could help. Bye for now. May the line of Cyrus guide you. That person was really nice. Curious, hopeful, and even excited. I wish I felt the same way. But I can't be too upset. I told them everything I knew. Everything I could. And I'm sure they'll put that knowledge to good use.